Now, 8 miles of fire, freezing water, chuck in some huge obstacles, muddy trenches and electric shocks. But this is why thousands are willingly flocking to the West Midlands this weekend from all over the world. After 30 years, it's the final ever Tough Guy race this weekend. Has led to hundreds of other extreme races being established. There's now even a movie out to explore why so many want to do this. So I've been on the course this week near Wolverhampton ahead of this final weekend.
It's the end of an era on a farm in the West Midlands, where for decades people from around the world have come together. Why? Well, to share the ultimate pain and fear. Pushing their bodies over 8 miles to the extreme. But after this weekend, there'll be no more Tough Guy.
It's been a huge part of my life for sure. It's definitely changed my life.
There'll be a huge part of my life that will cease to be.
Hundreds of thousands of people have attempted this Tough Guy challenge over the last 30 years. But for those doing it this Sunday, they will be the last ever.
Behind it all, the man known as Mr. Mouse, a former soldier who 30 years ago wanted to add more of a challenge to fun runs and so reinvented the obstacle race.
Keep going! Keep going! This is mild compared to the electric shocks and the fire that come later on.
I decided to put people through something that they'd never seen before in their world. You know, fear, pain, claustrophobia, all the terrible things that you fear. They live them here. And they come through and they say, oh, thank you.
Yeah!
I cried, I was so unhappy. And you get this medal, this horse brass put around your neck. And there's nothing else like it.
I'm terrified, what can I say?
And as Mr. Mouse now brings the curtain down on this world-famous event, he's the subject of a movie that looks at why people of today willingly pay to experience such pain and suffering.
If you can come back with like a Fight Club-esque scar on Monday morning and a story that goes with it about what you did. Yeah, what'd you do this weekend? I ran the fire. What'd you do? Oh, you gardened? Sounds awesome for you.
Mr. Mouse's cultural impact is massive. Like the modern fitness movement, Tough Mudder, Spartan Race, all these things that have exploded around because of Tough Guy. Not many people know about it, and I just thought that was a really compelling story.
To mark the final Tough Guy, competitors will be joined on the course by the star of the Warhorse film. Mr. Mouse wants entrants to remember the suffering that was for real in the trenches 100 years ago. And thanks to what started here, obstacle racing is now one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
Feels it is time to call it a day. So many other events are around now, like Tough Mudder, but he's now 80, so you can understand why it feels like taking it a little bit easier. He's going to keep the equipment there for people who want to come and train for these sort of events, but that is it. And the rise of the Sufferfest, or the Sufferfest, or it is a Superfest as well, you can download from the usual sites.
And how's the
Just about warmed up again. Yeah, I didn't do myself any damage. Good. But yeah, it was so cold. It was -1, I think, in the air. So imagine how cold the water was.
Thanks very much, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. It's 9:41 now, back to our lead story. Tributes have been pouring in for the actor Sir John Hurt, who's died at the age of 77. The Oscar-nominated star continued working despite being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2015. Well, the actor Claire Higgins worked with Sir John on Doctor Who, and she joins us on the phone. Claire, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Very, very sad news.